Welcome to a journey through the Matrix where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Our first glitch takes us back to 2012 in the heart of NYC. Picture yourself aboard L train coursing under the East River from Brooklyn to Manhattan. The train follows its usual path, stopping first at First Ave, then 3rd, and finally at Union Square, a key junction. One particular morning, the train emerges from the river, halts at First Ave, and then, as expected, continues its journey. 30 seconds pass, and then the unexpected happens. The train stops again. The announcer rings out, "First Ave, 3rd Ave, next, stand clear." Amidst the crowd immersed in their phones, there's confusion. Could it be a simple mistake? The doors close, only to repeat the sequence again. The train pulls into First Ave. The announcer echoes the same message. This time, a voice speaks up, a question hanging in the air. "Hey, did anyone notice we stopped at First Ave 3 times?" The puzzlement is contagious, but it fades as quickly as it arises. The train resumes its journey. The doors close. The train slows and opens. 3rd Avenue, Union Square next, stand clear. The rest of the journey is as routine as ever. An unexplained repetition, a glitch, a mystery that unsolved even after years. A coffee in hand, a clear-eyed witness, yet no explanation found. For a day, all the conversations I had revolved around the same topic, disability studies, surprisingly with people who are unrelated. In the morning, I had this discussion with my professor. Later, a friend who doesn't attend my class started the topic. And in the evening, another friend indicated her interest in pursuing a master's in disability studies. I worked in an airport and was the lead of the ramp team, ground handlers. I was waiting for a Delta Ron flight to arrive. It was nighttime and we were in position so that I could marshal the plane into the gate. When the plane arrived, it would have to go down beside far end of the terminal, out of view, and turn around. Come up the taxiway, turn left, taxi to the assigned gate, and turn into park. All is quiet and plane is less than 10 minutes out. We look over, and as clearly as can be, we see the tail of a Delta plane going behind the building with its logo lit up and everything. We waited and waited. Nothing came around. A few moments later, the plane lands. There was no other Delta plane scheduled to arrive, and they only used one gate at my airport. There was absolutely no way to have seen what we did at that moment. Voiceover. Fast forward from the airport incident and let's take a leap into my personal life. I'm currently 47 years old and my younger brother is 45. But let's rewind the clock back to when we were just kids, about 5 and 3 years old respectively. Back then, our favorite pastime was making daring leaps from the headboard of my bed. We would pretend we were superheroes trying to fly. One day during one of our usual games, something extraordinary happened. My brother, with his wide-eyed innocence and untamed imagination, made his leap. But this time, instead of landing on the mattress as he always did, he soared upwards and hit the ceiling. Yes, you heard it right, he flew. The initial shock quickly turned into excitement. We spent the next few hours trying to replicate what had happened, but to no avail. Our parents, of course, dismissed our excited ramblings as nothing more than a child's exaggerated tale. But the memory of that day has never left us. Fast forward to the present day, and we still can't explain what happened. Logically, it makes no sense, but we know what we saw and we know how it felt. It's one of those unexplainable mysteries that still baffles us to this day. It happened, and that's all we can say about it. Voiceover. Now let's delve into something that happened just yesterday. A month ago, I had created 2 pieces of artwork and shared them online with my friends, along with some important information that I had noted down. But when I needed to revisit that information recently, I found myself in a peculiar situation. The images, they were nowhere to be found. I scoured through all my social media platforms, my emails, and even my physical art portfolio. But the images, they had just vanished, evaporated into thin air. I reached out to my friends and family, hoping they had a copy or at least remembered the details I had shared. Oddly enough, they vaguely remembered the images, but were as baffled as me when they couldn't locate them in their inboxes or chat histories. The more I searched, the more desperate and frustrated I became. It was as if these 2 images had decided to purge themselves from every possible existence, and the worst part, I started questioning my sanity. Was it all just a figment of my imagination? But then, how could others remember them too? To this day, I still don't know why or where these posts and messages went. Why were these 2 images specifically targeted for such a mysterious disappearance? I may never find the answers, but this incident has left an indelible mark on me. It's yet another unexplainable mystery that I have encountered, and it continues to baffle me. Voiceover. Hey there, are you enjoying these mysteries? Do you find yourself questioning reality, just like I did with the vanishing artwork and the phantom vehicle function? Well, if you are, then we have something in common. And if you're as intrigued as I am, then I have a little request. Help our channel, Weird Reddit 111, reach our next milestone of 1,000 subscribers. If you're loving these eerie tales and want to keep them coming, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a new mystery. But wait, there's more. Have you ever experienced a glitch in the Matrix moment? If so, I'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment with your story, and who knows, it might just be featured in one of our future videos. Now, let's dive back into the mysteries, shall we? Voiceover. Let's shift gears and enter the realm of modern technology. This one takes us to a time right after I had hand surgery, and my trusted vehicle was my aid in times of need. The car had an automatic parallel parking feature, which I used quite frequently, especially when my hand was healing. All I had to do was drive past the parking spot, put the car in reverse, and select the park in option, and voila, the car would neatly tuck itself into the spot. I even demonstrated it for my friends and family, much to their amazement. But then something strange happened. I took the car in for routine service, and it received a software update. When I tried to use the automatic parking feature afterwards, it was different. Now, I had to swipe a screen to activate the parking search before I even passed the parking space. A stark contrast to the earlier method, which required no such action. I was taken aback. I was certain that I had never swiped a screen to activate the feature before. With my hand surgery, that would have been impossible. But when I reached out to the dealer, read the manual, and even checked online bulletin boards, they all indicated that I was wrong. They claimed it has always only functioned the way it now does, but I knew differently. I had experienced it differently. Just like the vanishing artwork, this was another peculiar incident that left me questioning my memory and the reality of my experiences. How could a feature that I had used so frequently change so drastically? And why was I the only one who remembered it differently? This phantom vehicle function, much like the vanishing artwork, remains an unsolved mystery in my life. Voiceover. From the perplexing phantom vehicle function, let's take a trip back in time to my childhood in the 1970s in the serene outskirts between Cleveland and Akron, Ohio. Our house, nestled amidst acres of dense woodland, sat atop a massive hill that sloped away from the front yard. It was a late November, and the first snowfall had transformed the landscape into a winter wonderland, perfect for sledding. My brother and I couldn't resist the allure of the glistening slopes. I remember vividly hopping onto my trusty flexible flyer, runner sled, and hurtling down the hill at breakneck speed. My brother remained at the top, preparing for his own descent. Once I had skidded to a halt, I noticed my mitten had slipped off during my ride. Searching for the lost mitten led to the discovery that still bewilders me to this day. As I scraped away the snow, I saw a beam of light poking through the ground, illuminating the white canvas around me. Intrigued, I dug further, and what I saw next was nothing short of miraculous. Daylight poured through an 8-inch hole, revealing a sight I could never have imagined. I was staring at a neighborhood nestled beneath the ground, houses, streets, and all about 50 feet below me. This was no mountainous region with hidden valleys or overhangs. This was a world within my world, visible through a tiny portal in my front yard. Caught in my bewilderment, I momentarily turned my gaze to my brother as he slid down the hill, but when I looked back, the subterranean world was gone. All I could see was the dormant grass under the freshly cleared snow. The next day, I searched for the mystery neighborhood, but it never reappeared. This miraculous snow portal, much like the phantom vehicle function, remains one of the unsolved mysteries of my life, a secret I have shared with only one person, my wife. And just like you, she gave me a look that suggested I might be a little crazy. But who could blame her, right? Voiceover. From the miraculous snow portal, we're taking an abrupt turn into the realm of the uncanny and eerie. This tale begins not in the snowy landscapes of Ohio, but in a more sinister setting. In 2010, I moved into a new house, blissfully ignorant of its dark history. It was only later we discovered the grim truth. Our home was built on the site of a horrific murder-suicide. As days turned into weeks, the house began to reveal its eerie secrets. We would hear footsteps in the dead of night, soft knocks on the walls, the unsettling feeling of being watched. Initially, I dismissed these incidents as figments of my imagination, amplified by my love for horror movies. But then the inexplicable started happening. My cousin claimed to have seen me wandering around the house when I was, in fact, in my room. I dismissed it as their attempt to scare me. But when my parents reported similar sightings, I couldn't ignore it anymore. But the most terrifying incident was yet to come. One night, as I drifted off to sleep, I dreamt of 2 identical Grim Reapers glitching at the side of my bed. Suddenly, I woke up to find the same apparitions, but there were 3 of them now, one of them standing ominously at the foot of my bed. Petrified, I ran to my mother's room, and to my relief, the apparition couldn't follow me, possibly repelled by the cross hanging in her room. The uncanny resemblance of my dream and reality, the glitching reapers, the 3rd one at the foot of my bed. I still can't make sense of it. Was it a spectral echo of the past? A warning, perhaps? Or maybe a grim reminder of the house's dark history. Like the miraculous snow portal, this experience remains an unsolved mystery. If anyone out there has any insights or similar experiences, do share. After all, sometimes sharing can be a form of understanding, if not closure. Voiceover. We're shifting gears from echoes of the past to a peculiar occurrence in a major city hotel. When I was about 12 years old, my cousin and I, high on the thrill of exploring the city, decided to stay up late and indulge in some harmless mischief. This particular incident took place after a late night food run. My cousin had gone down to her truck for a quick smoke, while I, too nervous to partake, tagged along for the ride. Upon our return, we decided to take the elevator to the top floor of the hotel just to see what kind of people were out and about. As the elevator ascended, the digital display beeped with each passing floor. But something strange happened when we reached the 12th floor. The elevator beeped a second time, even though the display showed us at the 12th floor. As the doors slid open, we were met with an eerie sight. A lone girl in a nightgown standing at the end of the hallway, resembling a character straight out of a Stephen King novel. Startled, we frantically pushed the elevator buttons, half laughing in disbelief, half terrified by the surreal sight. We managed to get back to our floor, confirming with each other that we had indeed witnessed the same strange scene. Gathering our courage, we decided to venture back to the 12th floor. This time, the elevator stopped at the 12th floor as it should. The doors opened to reveal nothing. The hallway was empty. The girl was nowhere in sight. We still talk about this incident, referring to it as the 13th floor event. Later, I discovered a movie called The 13th Floor about a simulation which eerily mirrored our experience. Was it a glitch in reality or a trick of our imagination? We may never know, but it remains one of those inexplicable experiences that keep you wondering about the mysteries of the world. If you've had any such encounters or can shed some light on ours, don't hesitate to share in the comments below. Remember, sometimes the most extraordinary tales come from the seemingly ordinary moments of life. Voiceover. Following our journey through the eerie echoes of the past and the enigmatic incident at the 13th floor, let's delve into another perplexing episode, this time a personal one. Ever since the glitch in the Matrix event, I've had the topic gnawing at my brain, especially after an incident that occurred recently. Picture this. I was at a fall festival enjoying the crisp autumn air, the vibrant colors of the leaves, and the joyous laughter of children. Suddenly, my eyes landed on a kid who looked hauntingly familiar. It was like looking into a mirror of my past. The resemblance was uncanny, almost as if he was a clone of my childhood self. As I observed him, intrigued, an unsettling event unfolded. The kid tripped over a root hidden beneath the fallen leaves, resulting in a nasty fall. The injury he sustained was chillingly similar to a scar I have, one that runs from my chin to the corner of my mouth. A memento from my own childhood mishap. As I watched the scene, an eerie chill ran down my spine. It was as if time had looped back on itself, replaying an episode from my own life through this doppelganger of my younger self. It's a spooky story fitting for the October season. I can only hope that the kid doesn't end up with a permanent scar like mine, a lifelong reminder of a strange coincidence. But it's these uncanny incidents, these glitches in the Matrix, that make us question the reality we live in. Is there more to our existence than what meets the eye? Are we part of a larger, more complex system? Perhaps only time will tell. Until then, we are left with these inexplicable experiences, a testament to the mysteries that life throws our way. So if you've experienced something similar or have any thoughts on this incident, feel free to share in the comments below. After all, it's these shared experiences that make our lives all the more intriguing. Voiceover. As we move on from the uncanny mirror of the past, we step into a realm of an even stranger phenomenon, a glitch in the matrix that I personally experienced about 15 years ago. I assure you, every word of this story is the absolute truth. After moving into a rental house, I felt an unusual vibe, an energy that was eerie and unsettling, or it was as if the walls of the house were whispering secrets of times gone by. Now, here's where things take a turn for the bizarre. One day, I saw my sister come down the stairs, greet me, and then head into the kitchen. But just a moment later, I saw her again at the top of the stairs, repeating the same actions as before. She came down the stairs, greeted me in the exact same way, and then headed into the kitchen. It was as if I was stuck in a time loop, witnessing the same event twice. The confusion and horror of the event were palpable. I was left in a state of shock and disbelief, trying to comprehend the inexplicable incident. It felt as though reality had folded onto itself, creating a strange duplication in time. So, there you have it, my personal glitch in the Matrix story. It's 100% truth, believe it or not. If any of you have experienced something similar or have any theories about this peculiar event, do share in the comments below. After all, it's these unexplained mysteries that make our existence all the more fascinating.